Hey people, it is Monday, January the 13th. The time is 8 p.m. It's currently -3 Celsius, but feeling more like -12 with the wind chill. And there's some light flurries coming down also. All in all, a very wintry feeling night here in Toronto. And I am at Bathurst Street and Adelaide Street West. Just waiting for this light to change, and I'm going to make my way east along Adelaide into the heart of downtown. And here's the awesome old church that appears to terminate the view along Adelaide Street if you're heading west. But Adelaide does actually continue around the church over here. This light is taking quite a long time. On a cold, wind chilly night like this, you don't really want to stand around like this waiting for an unnecessarily long light. So I'm thinking maybe as soon as there's a break in traffic, I'm just going to go. The heck with this light. But of course on this street, waiting for a break in traffic is a bit of a challenge also. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Two minutes, and this light still hasn't changed. Well, jaywalk Ken it is. There might have been a button I was supposed to push to make that light change. You can see how this church appears to be the end of Adelaide Street here. There's the Factory Theatre. So this will take us through the entertainment district and the financial district. And I just finished a live stream in front of that church. Took several minutes to get ready to record this video. My hands were freezing the entire time. Had to put away my streaming gear and get this camera out, and that sort of thing is a lot harder than you'd think. And there's bitter wind chills involved. But my hands are all nice and snug and warm now. I got one in my pocket, and my camera holding hand has a very nice warm thick glove with a lighter glove underneath, double gloving it. And earlier today, the weather was a bit warmer. It was above zero, but not enough above zero to really melt the snow that we got recently, a little bit of it melted. But we still have most of the snowfall on the ground that we received a couple of days ago. I think tomorrow will also be just a degree or two above zero, so this snow might stick around longer than I thought, because we're getting colder weather after that. But I guess looking like winter in January isn't the worst thing. If there was any time for it to look like winter, this is the time. There's the Waterworks food hall over there. Just on the other side of St. Andrew's Playground here. Have to step over this bike path. I just thought it would be nice to take a bit of a diversion through the park here. I wonder how busy it is inside the food hall right now. I did do a video walking through there if you're curious to see what it looks like inside. That was soon after it opened. It's quite nice. Food halls are all the rage now in the city. And back onto Adelaide Street. And kind of quiet here on Adelaide tonight. I guess this stretch we're walking through right now isn't that busy even in the best of times. Certainly not on a cold Monday night in January with wind chill. We do get this awesome shot of the CN Tower. We're going to cross Spadina Avenue and start heading through the entertainment district, as it used to be called. Now I think it's just called West Downtown. I think the entertainment focus of the neighborhood has sort of shifted further to the west, or the former entertainment focus of this neighborhood has shifted further to the west, although there's still a fair bit of entertainment activity in the area on King Street with all the theaters and plenty of restaurants. As well as movie theaters and that sort of thing. Spadina. Now this light shouldn't take as long as the one on Bathurst. I'm not sure what the heck was going on there. Did I miss this light now? Okay, there we go. For a second I thought it was gonna turn red for me. I thought maybe I was supposed to push a button again. There's a look south. Quite a collection of food delivery cyclists here. In front of Tim Hortons. Little dog had little booties on. Much needed, I would say. So this is downtown West, aka the entertainment district. King Street is the next street to the south of here, where all that entertainment focused stuff is located. But we're going to stick to Adelaide for this walk. I really like the Skyscraper canyon that has developed along Adelaide in the last 10 years or so. It used to be much more low-rise in nature until the condo boom basically transformed this part of downtown. Now almost every street is a canyon of tall buildings. To the financial district. Still a little ways to the east. think this office building you see here in the center of the shot is also slated to be redeveloped soon with another new tower. I have yet to go into that Dollarama. I don't know if I ever will, really. This part of downtown has an urban feel with all the density, but it is a bit lacking in street fronting retail, especially here along Adelaide and Richmond to the north. I mean, there is some, mostly in the form of restaurants. Be a lot livelier, I think, if there were more retail stores like what you see on Queen Street, just a couple of blocks to the north. But the neighborhood is still changing and evolving, and it's definitely come a long way compared to what it was 10 or 15 years ago. So I'll give it another 10 or 15 years and it might be even better. And we're at John Street. I think I'm going to cross the street here just to avoid the loud music here at the corner of John and Adelaide. Actually, I'll time it so that I can cross here and then immediately cross again once I get to the corner. Because this music is just dying to give me a copyright claim. I can sense it. All right, let's do it. Cross to this corner and then boom, immediately cross to the other corner. Begone, Muzak. Oh, is that so? I think this old warehouse building is also the site of a new development that has already began. Can't really tell from this side though. But I don't think this warehouse building is really fully intact anymore. I think it's been facadized. Or partially, anyway. Much like what they did with this old building here. See this very tall tower rising up now? This is Duncan Street. Or is it Edmervish Way? I think it's both. Another major new building is slated to rise on that location. Up ahead you can see the office buildings of the financial district. We're at Simcoe Street. See 160 front, all lit up. One of my favorite new additions to downtown. And the Shangri-La. Keep stepping on chunks of ice, kicking them down the street. Make it across here in 12 seconds, crossing University Avenue. I can make it if I run, but I think I'll just stick to a brisk walk. All right, welcome to the financial district on a cold, wintry Monday night. Probably not going to be a whole lot of activity. But lots of neat buildings to look at. And another food hall. And it's hopping in there. Who knew on a Monday night in the financial district the food halls would be packed with people? crossing York Street. Say hello to the big giant head. Let me straighten out the camera. Whoops, not like that. There we go. Tried to straighten out the camera and it decided to scare everyone with my face. See, my toque is sliding down. It keeps trying to cover up my eyes. I keep having to push it up every few minutes. We're walking past a couple of popular night spots here. Yes, they do exist in the financial district. Edna and Vita, whatever that is. I think that's fairly new. And the Cactus Club has been here for a while. They kind of seem interchangeable. I don't know if I could warm up my hands if I stood there for a few minutes. Right, now here is Bay Street. I'll cross here. See Old City Hall. Also looks like it terminates the view, much like that church on Adelaide Street. But just like in that situation, Bay Street also wraps around the building and continues on. Yeah, it's nice that they left all the lights on these trees. They took down the big Christmas tree, but all these other trees are still nice and lit up. I was saying during my live stream that more places should leave the holiday lighting through January to make this month a bit less gloomy and depressing for everyone. It felt like my camera was going to slip out of my hand there. That would not be good. Push my hat up off my eyes again. And here's the streetcar making its way along Adelaide. A diversion from its usual route along Queen Street. Here is Yonge Street, the main drag of downtown Toronto, dividing east from west. So I think I will cross over to the east side. Maybe we'll just go over to Victoria Street. I won't do Yonge Street this time. There are plenty of other videos already done and yet to come where I do walk along downtown Yonge if you really want to see that. But let's head over to Victoria, and I'll head north up Victoria. Victoria, I'll just go to the other side. So we'll say goodbye to the Adelaide Street Skyscraper Canyon. But Victoria Street has its own canyon also, not quite as tall and long as the one on Adelaide, but not too bad. Look south. Got a nice mix of old historic buildings and modern ones. And here's a place I have to try and set aside some time to come and pay a visit to. This is where you get your passports need to get mine renewed, or not really renewed. It's well past expiry date. I just have to get a new passport. And there's also a building here on Victoria where I have to go to get my health card renewed and get an Ontario identification card. These are things that you have to do, but they're kind of a drag to actually do. Involves a lot of waiting around and filling out forms and paying fees and all that sort of thing. Not the funnest way to spend an afternoon or however long it takes. It might not take that long, really. A couple of hours. Hopefully these people are going to be all right. Crossing Richmond Street. We're at Queen. So the reason why the streetcars are running on Adelaide is because, as you can see, Queen Street here is blocked off for construction of the new Ontario line, which is a new downtown subway line. There's a nasty wind blowing. There's the back of the Elgin and Winter Garden Theatre. It's a stacked theatre, one on top of each other. I think The Wizard of Oz is playing now. And up ahead we'll see the backside of the Ed Mervis Theatre. So the theatre district in Toronto isn't all along King Street in the entertainment district. It's sort of shared between King Street and Yonge Street. You also have Massey Hall right here, another popular venue, the most historic one in the city. I don't know if there's a show at Massey Hall tonight. You can tell by whether or not the sign is turned on. As you can see right now, it is not turned on. So I can only conclude there's no show at a venerable old Massey Hall tonight. camera's askew again. If I centered, it might spin around and show my face again. Well, let's see. Get ready, you might be seeing me again. Oh, no, that time it just centered. Last time I did that, it decided to go into selfie mode. When it's cold like this, the gimbal gets a bit sticky. There's the Ed Mervis Theatre. Moulin Rouge is playing there now. And this is the back, as I mentioned. There was supposed to be a plan to relocate one of the old Honest Ed signs to the back of the theatre here on Victoria Street. When the Honest Ed store was demolished, they preserved a part of the old iconic sign, and I think they're supposed to put it on the wall here, right around where that Ed Mervis Theatre sign is there. But nothing has come of that, and as far as I know now, that old Honest Ed's sign is in a warehouse in Aurelia or something like that, a couple hours north of the city. Not sure how it ended up there. And it's dismantled. So hopefully, you know, that sign eventually comes back to Toronto and is erected somewhere to pay homage to the old Honest Ed store, much like what they did with the Sam the Record Man sign.
What's that?
When the iconic record store shut down with the spinning neon discs. They actually did follow through eventually and relocated the old Sam the Record Man sign. Not to where they originally planned to relocate it, but it did end up right up there. So now you can see where Sam the Record Man is, up on top of that building. We've ended up here at Dundas Square. Partially snow-covered Dundas Square. Well, what better place to wrap up the walk? So I hope you enjoyed the walk along Adelaide Street for the most part, beginning at Bathurst on the western edge of downtown, and then we made our way through downtown along Adelaide into the entertainment district, through the financial district, and crossing Yonge Street to the east side, where I took a little journey north up Victoria Street, ending here at this very familiar location. We're about the 8,000th time on the channel. I hope you enjoyed. There's another look at the Sam the Record Man spinning discs. So leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also make sure you hit those notification bells, or you hit that notification bell. There's only one as far as I know. That way you won't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal or via my merch store. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue.